Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. I want to do another installment in my book, The ABC, What They Didn't Teach You in Nursery School. And today we're going to look at the letter K. It's the last letter of the word book. So this is chapter 2. So we're in chapter 2, and B is for book, and we've had B-O-O-K. Now, the letter K stands for a little phrase which is keep a notebook. Of course, that just means singular, keep a notebook, but I mean that you use notebooks, lots of them. I once knew a man who spent all his life studying his Bible, but later in his life, he was still working out what individual books of the Bible were about all over again. This was because he kept no permanent notebooks of what he had discovered. So how sad that people can be learning things every day and they're actually experts in their own field, but if you ask them for their notebooks, they look at you blank. Very famously, Harold St. John went to see a minister, and when they were there, he said, would you like to show me your notebooks? And the man confessed he hadn't got any notebooks. He'd been working as a preacher for years upon years upon years, for decades, but he hadn't got any notebooks. Seems rather ironic, doesn't it? Now, Harold St. John had notebooks. He would have what's called a small exercise book. And in the exercise books, he would scribble thoughts down every day of things that he'd discovered and things that he must remember. When it came to the end of the book, on a Saturday, he would sit down and with a nice pen, he would leisurely and slowly and carefully write down his thoughts of everything that he discovered, everything that he thought was good to remember for the whole week. And that produced notebook after notebook after notebook of beautifully written, handwritten notes. This is how it can be done. It doesn't have to be done that way. I remember many years ago, I started off with this first notebook. This is a little treasury notebook. And it's if you look at it, you'll see that it's the surveying course. It's the surveying course. Let me show you some more pictures. And when I was on the surveying course, what I would do is I would come home at the end of a day after learning, and I would write it all out in lovely, neat handwriting, so that in the future I would be able to flip through and I would be able to see exactly what we learnt that day. Can you see those notes? Now, I have notes on surveying. It doesn't cover the whole book. Funnily enough, it only does about 40 pages, and that's the whole course. I have another book here, which is the Wood Machinist course. So when you open it up, you find you've got little pictures. Amazingly, you don't need to fill in a lot of material. Strange, isn't it? There we are. There's the some notes on the circular saw. And then if I close that little book and open another one, this is now further education course. So I have lots of these books, and when I go on a new course, when I want to learn something new, I just take a new book and I generally put a strap around it so it's all kept in tidy, and I will begin to make notes, and I do it in a very fine pen, and I do it very slowly, so it's nice and neat. So this is a very simple and a very obvious thing. Why not write down the things that you are discovering in life and pass them on to your children? So when you get old like me, you say to your children, right, these are my notes. I'm going to give them to you as your treasury. This is the thinking and this is the knowledge that I've accumulated in all my years, and it's in a little package like that. And the interesting thing is that when I'm long gone, they'll be able to open the notebooks and they'll be able to hear my voice. Wow. Okay. So what is it that you might capture in your little notebooks? Well, it would be photos, it would be ideas, it would be notes, stories, jokes, wisdom, reflections. And write your notes at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, or the end of the month, or the end of the year. This is not your journal. This is your treasury of knowledge. If you die tomorrow, you would pass them on to your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So write them down. Write them down. So let me summarize what chapter 2 has been about. First of all, you become a student. Become a student. Become somebody that's interested in the world, somebody that's awake and is learning and is watching. And secondly, obtain overall knowledge. Avail yourself of all the knowledge that mankind has. Okay? Have a broad mind and look into all sorts of subjects. Thirdly, obtain specialized knowledge. Now, you may have a particular trade, a particular profession that will have its own unique specialized knowledge, and you need to completely master all of the knowledge that is available in that area. And lastly, keep a notebook. Remember the lessons of today. B-O-O-K. B is for book. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Bye for now.